The Bucks are implementing a new defensive scheme. Okay, and this is something. Also, recently, Mike Budenholzer was actually named a top five NBA coach according to an NBA GM survey, and in a recent interview before a preseason game, they basically talk about their new philosophy on defense that they're implementing. I want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of that? I think it's pretty cool that they're doing this, especially like us. I want to know how it's going to utilize. Javon Carter's a good defender. Pat Connaughton has athleticism that they can utilize. Same thing with Thomas, and same thing with Marjon Beauchamp. How will they utilize those guys on the perimeter? I'm very keen to see that, and that's where I want to hear your guys' opinions down below in the comment section. What do you guys think of this information? And are you guys stoked to see the new defensive scheme that they're going to implement, Im- implement? Goddamn, could not speak English. Like and subscribe for over 150 videos a month, 5 a day. And let's go right in today's news. So, this is what Mike Budenholzer said. I think it's just the league is certainly trending this way in regards of emphasizing limiting opponents' 3 points attempts this season. I feel like it's some of the better teams are trending this way. Certainly, I think Boston, it was a big part of, you look at the box score, you look at the math, it's hard for us to win, end quote. It's just a little bit more focused on changing our habits from last year, just small positioning here and there, Grayson Allen recently said. And it's talking about when guys drive, you don't want to overhelp or shift all the way. Kind of, they want to implement the trust that either the guy guarding the ball is going to guard his guy straight up, or it's going to be Brook Lopez, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Bobby Portis, Serge Ibaka, or one of the bigger guys coming over and helping out. And then the guards are more staying home and either trying to completely limit the pass, or if they do get the pass off, just be there so they can't get the shot off. It's slightly different with their habits off the ball, but it's not a huge change. What Grayson Allen recently was saying in an interview, and I think it's definitely something interesting because the Bucks are trying something new this season, sticking close to the 3-point shooter. And Charles Lee, who's recently promoted to associate head coach after after Darvin Ham left, but he had something, sorry, I had the hiccups. But basically, Lee's admission about the team's changed defensive strategy regarding opponents' 3-point shooting on Monday at the Bucks practice facility before the team's preseason games in Abu Dhabi against the Hawks is just something like really cool. But Budenholzer cut him off and didn't let him to basically fully explain. But if people have been following the Milwaukee Bucks, they know something that Mike Budenholzer, since he took over Milwaukee, he's asked the team to focus first and foremost on the defensive end. And the Bucks quickly became one of the league's stingiest, defenses built around the rim protection of Giannis Antetokounmpo and Brook Lopez and the drop coverage and pick and rolls that kept opponents from getting to the rim. While the Bucks kept teams from scoring the easiest points at the rim and the free throw line, the commitment to the rim protection left the Bucks exposed at the 3-point line. And the flaw was obviously almost immediately after winning their first 7 regular season games in Mike's tenure. They lost to the Celtics in November 1st, 2018 in a 117-113 game, and the Celtics attempted a franchise record 55 three-pointers and hit 24 of them. They were one short of the then NBA record for a three-point team in a game. And after that game, Budenholzer offered a clear appraisal of why the Bucks hemorrhaged three-point attempts. They were playing a lot of middle pick and rolls, and they have a pick and pop bigs, and they got a ton of three-point attempts. And the Bucks gamed the odds and correctly shut down the opposing offenses. But when they encountered teams that could start firing up more threes than normal, and they hit them. This allowed other teams to take more 3-point attempts against the Bucks than other teams. And I think right now they realize the best way is to keep their opponent's 3-point shooters from getting loose, and instead of surrendering above the break 3-point attempts to average shooter or slightly above average shooters in large quantities, is trying to keep them all at bay as long as possible, which, let's be honest, that's the smart thing to do. Okay, and I definitely think we'll all get to see how that ends up looking through the season. And that's definitely where I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you guys think of this? Is there anything I missed that you guys would have wanted to hear? But yeah, I think it's definitely interesting to see like how this whole situation's playing out, because I do want to see how the Bucks implement these schemes and does it help the team win or not. And yeah, I mean, obviously we all want to see how good this team can be.